Good morning.
And good morning.
So I woke up this morning thinking about why we are the way we are as far as like
Things
Black
that formed
Gen
us.
X people. Like, I feel like us as a group, while we say that we're not worried about things, like we're Gen X is unbothered and kind of feral or whatever, I think that we have general anxiety as a group. I understand. I feel like we're probably more well matched with the current generation that are teenagers and young adults, maybe more so than we are with millennials as far as our anxiety levels.
Tell me what you mean by that.
So, our toys gave us anxiety. We just started having access to news like outside of newspapers. More people had TVs in the house.
I don't watch it.
For example, let's start with toys. Do you remember that tic tac toe game that you had to hurry up and put the things in there, or else it would pop up, everything would be destroyed, and you'd have a tiny heart attack, and then you would do it again? Why are you buying this for us? Why does this exist? I feel like some horrid boomer made this to ruin us. Like, oh, this will be funny if we just, right? Right? It's like we were programmed that you can't get it wrong. Just don't get it wrong.
Or like, think about, what was it? Hungry Hippos? Like, you gotta hoard everything.
You gotta keep everything for yourself. That's another game that a boomer designed. Keep all of the goods for yourself. No one gets anything. And if you don't have everything, you lose.
Yeah, like Monopoly, Yeah.
No, Monopoly, you at least had, there was a chance. You had a chance.
But the point is to put everybody else in the broke house.
Yeah, but you have a chance. Like, there's an option. Hungry Hippo is like every man for himself.
So you're saying like it wasn't no strategy to it?
It's just grab or die. Right?
Yeah.
Operation. Don't get it wrong. That's probably why some of the best doctors are Gen X, though.
Yeah, I mean, you got surgeons that, listen, they were afraid of that buzz.
That buzz. You hit the wrong nerve.
Get somebody that was good at operation to play Jenga.
Well, Jenga wasn't us.
No, but I'm saying like, yeah, I think Jenga came along as we were adults. Somebody that was good at operation when they were younger, they are great at Jenga because they can pull that block out and slap that thing right on top.
I was good at Jenga out the gate because my nerves, like it didn't.
You got nerves of steel.
I got nerves of steel after the stuff that we had to deal with.
Yeah.
There were so many of those pop-up horrible games that made your nerves bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the other thing is we had access to news in a way that the previous generation had newspapers, right? We had the constant news cycle by the time we were watching TV.
Yeah, it was the morning news, the evening news,
afternoon
and
when you got back from school. What about the girl in the well? Remember the girl in the well story? The girl who fell down in the well for several days?
No, I don't remember that.
You don't remember the girl in the well?
Oh.
She's got to be our age by now, or a little bit younger maybe. But yeah, there was a girl that fell in the well. There was...
How long was she down there?
A good while. And I remember the picture when she came out. She was like all kind of balled up, and they had wrapped her head up in something. She fell in a well. And living in the country...
That's a real...
You know how now I tell the kids, watch where you're walking?
Mm-hmm.
That was on a constant loop in my head. Watch where I'm walking.
One of my aunts fell in the well, and my uncle jumped in and saved her.
See, it's a real thing. That's something I did not need to know, that you could fall in a well.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you really can fall in a well. I hadn't thought about that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for just rekindling a good childhood fear of mine. And that's why I said I think the kids from today can relate to us because they have those active shooter drills. Millennials didn't have any of that because we had the whole Gorbachev tear down that wall, Cold War. We had so many news.
Okay, but did you have like nuclear fallout drills?
We had nuclear drills because I lived next to Savannah River Plant.
And we lived across the river from the Salem nuclear plant.
Yeah, these kids don't know if they live next to a nuclear plant or not.
That's true. That's true. They don't even know where they are.
So they're afraid of like one or two humans running into their school and shooting at them, which is a real fear. But we had nuclear drills, we had fire drills. I think they have fire drills still.
Yeah.
And then we had bomb shelter drills during the whole Cold War. Y'all didn't have bomb shelter drills? Because our school was one of those. Okay, if you go into a really old school, they have signs that say this is a bomb shelter. Did you see? Remember? Did you go to a school that old?
No.
Yeah. Well, our school was not. Was it a bomb shelter? I don't think it was. But we did have get on the floor, get under your desk, friend.
Yeah.
And then once I got older, I was like, that would not have saved me.
No.
I would evaporate.
Yeah, like especially the nuclear drills. Like they've told us to go out into the hallway, get in front of the lockers, tuck your head between your tails. And I'm like, wait, so I can kiss my tail goodbye? Like,
Yeah,
what? It's a
nothing.
nuclear bomb. If that goes off, we're gone.
But they also never told us what that meant. It was movies that told us what that meant, like Terminator.
Yeah.
Remember the Terminator? I was like, yo, so that would not have worked.
That's why y'all wanted me to go.
That was not going to work. I was not going to make it. I was going to evaporate on a swing set. That's what was going to happen. Yeah, so we had movies like the Terminator that told us we would evaporate on a swing set. I think some of the worry is more thinking back. Like our social security numbers were our IDs. Why was my social security number on? They didn't care about us as a people.
Yeah, identity theft was something I think this generation made up because we were so careless with.
We just threw it out there. We don't,
imagine to get into a basketball game in college. I had to show you my ID, which had my social
security number on it. Nobody cared about Gen X. It is a wonder that are we the smallest generation? Did we survive? How many of us made it?
I don't know, but we've been thinned out, I guess.
I think the herd has been thinned. We either don't care about anything or we have generalized anxiety. I don't know that is there an in-between or somewhere in that spectrum?
I think what people are starting to grapple with is as we get older. I do care about more of this than I really realized that I needed to be caring about. Or, now I'm like, okay, well, let me talk to the therapist about this thing because that was a lot.
Growing up raised by baby boomers who really had a lot more stuff to worry about than us, like famine,
war,
famine, and that type of stuff. Like, they weren't really
like going straight from high school to a war. Like, wow. And
the games that they came up with for us to play. You're at school and the game is called Dodgeball. Now, while you don't need much to play, it doesn't take a lot.
Yeah.
You don't need equipment.
Wait, we didn't come up with that? I thought that might have been one of our inventions.
You came up with that in the 4th grade. No, every school had something called Dodgeball.
Yeah.
And they don't have that now because apparently it is bullying in the form of play.
Come on.
No, it is.
How?
You ever been pinged in the side of the face?
Yes, it stings and it teaches you to move.
Exactly. Now, how often? See, I feel like
it's rapid learning.
That was leftover trauma that the boomers had. If you don't move, you die.
Right. Listen, if you hear that coming in your direction, it's going to ping on the side of your face.
You already know when it's too late.
Right.
You're already on the ground before you even know. I was actually pretty good at it because I will look you in the eye. I'm not looking at the ball. I'm looking at your intent. I need
you to pay attention to the ball. Though.
No, I'm looking at how you feel about me personally. Have I said something to you? Have I done something to you to make you want to hit me with that? Probably. There's probably a reason you want to hit me. If there's a nemesis that has the ball,
you know it's coming.
You know it's coming. You just gotta hide behind a slow person. See, this is what we've been taught. This is what we've been taught. You hide behind somebody.
You were using human shields.
Man, you hide behind somebody who cannot run very quickly. And then if it comes down to it, you got to sacrifice him. Shove him toward the ball and take off. Find you a safe space.
Okay, I am learning so much about you.
You didn't do it?
I didn't shove anybody towards it.
Well, that's you.
I was confident in my own ability to move out of the way.
And I'm never turning my back to the ball either. If you ever got hit in the kidneys with one of those, you ever got hit in the kidneys? There's strategy to that. Yeah. And another game, Red Rover. They don't play that anymore either because you could dislocate your arms playing that game. Did y'all play Red Rover?
I know what it is, but we never played it.
What?
No, I know what it is, but we...
See, this is why zombie apocalypse count on me. All right? Count on me. He's never played Red Rover.
When you go clothesline a zombie?
Man, I'm clotheslining everybody.
That zombie will bite through your bicep quickly.
No, that's not how you got a Red Rover properly. So if I'm going to bust through, I'm not going chest first. I'm not going stomach first. You got to get down. You got to
knife your way
you
through.
got to get through. If
You're not coming through with knees and elbows.
No, you got to come through. You got to ball yourself up. And the hardest part of your body has to hit their hands. If you're doing Red Rover and they're holding hands, first of all, the little girls who run together, yes, you got to find those little girls who just wanted to be together and hold hands. Hit them first, okay? Hit them first, and do not hold hands with them. When you knock them through, leave them on the end. Leave them down there.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
There is war strategy inside your head.
You don't ever, because see, here's the other kicker. Dudes never wanted to hold hands. Even though they were the strongest, they didn't want to touch each other.
Yeah.
So you always go for the dudes who cannot wait to let go of each other's hands. I'm telling you, it's the girls that don't want to lose, and you know who they are. Is me. Don't ever come for my hand. I don't care whose hand I gotta hold.
Are you using their hand to swing?
I don't care whose hand I gotta hold. We're not going down.
Okay.
But there's the two dudes. People want to avoid the dudes that look strong. They don't want to touch each other, so their hands are going to come apart real easy. The little girls who just want to kiki and play together on the end, hit them as well.
Did y'all play kickball?
We did.
Did y'all play throwing to get people out, or would you?
No, you had to run it to them. You had to run it to them because that's infringing on dodgeball.
Yeah, like
no, you have to have some. You can't.
Yeah, we had to stop playing that in our neighborhood because I beamed some young girl in the head.
She ain't got no business out there. If you can't play,
but I threw it from like back behind second base.
Out there. See, I bet you she got anxiety now too.
You can see her feet.
It's nothing like hitting somebody in the back and just seeing them bend like a C and their backs go back and their hands fly back. But again, that's probably why they don't play that game anymore.
Yeah.
The school I went to is school where the CEOs come from that are like the
doctors.
Yeah, the people who are already being groomed to be horrible people. They're being groomed to be CEOs and insurance company people and the like.
Deciding whose lives matter.
Yes. That lawyers, judges, there's a lot of that in the schools I went to. So these games were unmonitored, they didn't have, it was absolutely survival of the fittest. Absolutely. Wow. We did do touch for kickball. And I think that really was to highlight the people who couldn't run very fast. I'm just going to be honest. I feel like that was it. It was to give giggles to the coaches. I feel like we're going to embarrass some people. You know, like the presidential physical fitness that was required. It was a private school. It's not required.
So in my middle school, they played a modified version of kickball called mat ball. You had to go around twice to score.
Was the building small?
No, it was in the gym.
Was it a small gym?
No, it was a full-size basketball court.
In a middle school?
Yeah.
That's impressive. Well, I guess middle schools have sports. I don't know.
Yeah, I think school used to be a high school at some point.
Okay.
That made it a lot more obvious that some people were slower than others, and you could catch them a lot easier because they had to go around another time. A lot of these games were survival of the fittest.
Do they have playground games anymore?
I don't know.
They don't have merry-go-rounds anymore. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, merry-go-rounds are gone. You know how dangerous those things are? Looking back at it now, it's a wonder I have teeth. Because,
I was just thinking how many people lost their teeth.
Yeah, lost a teeth. Or have you ever, like the first time I saw somebody's chin crack open, you know how because you don't have any fat. Well, I do now. But back then you have no fat in this skin here.
Yeah, so when you split it.
Yeah, it splits. So if somebody hits their forehead, it just opens up. Or if they hit their chin, it just opens up. You know how many kids do you know that had stitches across their chin right here?
Yeah.
So many.
I just thought of 3 as soon as you said that.
Guaranteed it was a merry-go-round. Guaranteed.
Or monkey bar. Like
they still have monkey bars, but they have like soft things for you to fall.
No.
You know what they don't have? Jungle gyms. Okay, so you remember the jungle gym would be a series. So sometimes it's like falling
a dome or
It's like a dome, but they have those still. But this was
But with the mats
kind of a
under 'em.
cylinder made of bars.
Oh.
And it got smaller as it went up, kind of like a layer cake. And some little turd pushed me as I was at the top, because you always fight to be at the top of the thing.
Yeah.
Pushed me through the middle of the cone.
And you fell straight
I
down.
bust my head on each rung all the way down to the bottom, where there were no chips to land.
The visual I just got was an angry bird. Once you launch it, it's just boom, 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 boom.
That was me going down the middle of the thing. I think that's why I wear glasses to this day. I feel like I hit myself somewhere where my optical, my optical,
it disrupted one of your sockets.
One of my sockets or something. But yeah, and I didn't go to the hospital. Did that school have a nurse? Like, I would see these TV shows with school nurses, and I'm like,
We had a school nurse, but she didn't really do much. She just called your parents if it was too bad.
Oh.
Like, yeah, you need to come get him.
Yeah, I didn't go to the hospital or nothing. It was just like,
Yeah, like they'd give you some ice, maybe an aspirin, but if it was anything more than that,
they
might
give
let
you drugs?
Yeah, I mean, back then.
Oh, right, because now you can't. They don't give you anything. They barely give you ice.
They let you sleep off some stuff. Like, oh, I got a thumb. Oh, yeah, go ahead,
lay down, which was a terrible idea. You could have had a concussion and just be throwing up on the floor. Nobody knows. They don't care.
Nobody knew it.
She's still watching her stories.
Right. She over there filling out her crossword puzzle.
Paying us no attention.
Go ahead, sit down.
Well, anyway, now that we've unpacked a little bit of childhood trauma, I have to go to work.
And I'm going to go to work too.
So we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us for Chat and Bother. Go ahead and like our Facebook page and share this episode with people that you want to chat with or just feel like bothering, or both. Visit our website, chatandbother.com, for our episode guide and other ways to connect with us. Take care.